Let's be honest, everyone's had that billion-dollar idea in the shower. Maybe it's an app for perfect avocados or Uber for emotional support llamas. You picture the TED Talk, the Netflix doc, the money bean bag, but then reality hits. You can't code. Suddenly your world-changing idea feels impossible. The real challenge, bridging the gap between vision and execution. You could spend years learning to code or pay a fortune for developers. Most ideas die right here, stuck in notebooks and Google Docs. Enter Builder.ai, a company promising to make app building as easy as ordering pizza. They saw the pain, non-technical founders with big ideas blocked by tech barriers. Their pitch: we got you, let us turn your idea into reality. No coding required. It was the promise thousands of entrepreneurs were desperate to hear. Let's break down the problem Builder.ai set out to solve. Imagine you run a legendary bakery and want a delivery app. You sketch your dream on a napkin, but turning it into a real app, that's a nightmare. Finding good developers is hard, vetting them is harder, and paying them, forget it. A basic app can cost tens of thousands, money most small businesses don't have, and the process, confusing, slow, and full of jargon. Timelines stretch, costs balloon, and your dream app never materializes. Builder.ai promised to fix all this. Lower costs, faster timelines, and less complexity. No more choosing between overpriced custom builds or generic templates. They wanted to be the middle ground, the perfect solution for big ideas on small budgets. For non-tech founders, it sounded like a revolution. Finally, a way to compete in the digital world without a computer science degree. That was the hope Builder.ai sold. So, how did Builder.ai claim to work its magic? Their big idea, software development as Lego bricks, need a login screen, payment gateway, just snap in a pre-built brick. Their AI, Natasha, would listen to your idea and assemble most of your app instantly. The rest, your unique features, were handled by human developers. The promise: speed, transparency, and a fixed price. You'd track progress in real time, see costs up front, and avoid nasty surprises. Plus, they offered post-launch support. No more worrying about bugs or updates. It was a one-stop shop for non-technical founders. On paper, it sounded like the future. Now let's talk money, because in tech, funding is everything. Builder.ai's story was catnip for investors. Democratize app building for every small business on earth. The funding rounds kept getting bigger. 29.5 million in Series A, then 100 million in Series C, and finally a jaw-dropping $250 million Series D. Their valuation soared to $1.8 billion, official unicorn status. With this war chest, they went global, hiring, marketing, sponsoring events, and chasing growth. The founder, Sachin Chunjagal, became a tech celebrity. On the surface, Builder.ai looked unstoppable product, story, and massive investor backing. They were the poster child for startup success. But as we know, in tech, hype can be double-edged sword. So the question, could they deliver on their promises, or was it all just smoke and mirrors? The cracks were about to show. With $1.8 billion in valuation and $250 million in the bank, Builder.ai looked invincible. But behind the scenes, the magic wasn't real. Their AI, Natasha, was more marketing than substance. Most work was done by large teams of human engineers. The result: high costs, low margins, and a business model that couldn't scale. Every new project meant more human hours, not more automation. Sales teams overpromised, engineering teams scrambled, and deadlines slipped. Customers faced delays, bugs, and broken promises. The very problems Builder.ai claimed to solve became their own reality. Cash burned fast, and the pressure to grow only made things worse. The foundation was cracking under the weight of its own hype. The dream was starting to unravel. While Builder.ai struggled, the market shifted. Easy money dried up as interest rates soared and investors demanded profits, not just growth. Builder.ai's cash-burning, low-margin model was suddenly a liability. Their $250 million wasn't a war chest. It was a lifeline, draining fast. Investors started asking tough questions about profitability and the real role of AI. Confidence eroded, and competitors with simpler, more honest solutions gained ground. Customers grew wary, and future funding vanished. Without new capital, bankruptcy loomed. The market tide went out, and Builder.ai was left exposed. The end was near. Want the real story? Check the customer reviews. On Trustpilot, Builder.ai's page was a tale of two worlds. 5-star reviews praised the onboarding and initial vision. Non-technical founders felt empowered, finally able to start their projects. But scroll down, and the nightmare begins. 1-star reviews told of missed deadlines, buggy apps, and broken promises. Customers complained of poor communication, extra charges, and unfinished work. The AI was called a joke, just a front for overwhelmed human teams. Some lost tens of thousands with nothing to show. The gap between marketing and reality was massive. For many, Builder.ai's dream became a costly disappointment. The reviews told the truth. The promise was rarely delivered. The end came fast. Despite massive funding, Builder.ai's burn rate was unsustainable. With no new investment and mounting customer complaints, bankruptcy was inevitable. In early 2025, Builder.ai filed for bankruptcy, leaving thousands stranded. Projects were abandoned, support vanished, and the dream collapsed. The founder disappeared from the spotlight. Builder.ai became a cautionary tale. Hype without substance leads to disaster. The assets were sold off, and the story ended in disappointment. The lesson in tech: style can't replace substance. If the core product doesn't work, no amount of funding can save you. So what's the real lesson here? Don't stop dreaming, just build smarter. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Focus on real value, not just hype. Learn from Builder.ai's mistakes. Be honest, prioritize customers, and make sure your product works. The world still needs your ideas. Avocado apps, dog networks, even llama Ubers. The problem Builder.ai tried to solve is still real. Their failure is your opportunity to do better. Be authentic, build on a solid foundation, and don't chase shortcuts. The entrepreneurial journey is tough, but worth it. Get back in the shower. Your next big idea is waiting. Just remember, substance over sizzle, always. You got this.